Right, I want to say hello everybody, welcome again. Hold on, okay, welcome everybody, welcome to another video. Please excuse my bed behind me there. I'm awake. I might look like a mess, but I woke up, how long ago? I woke up an hour ago, not too bad, about an hour ago. Now I want to say this. I want to talk about animals and nature and animals. Okay, listen, I always say that we should value all life and we should value and protect nature because we are part of nature, and all life is value in my opinion, so it should be valued. We're alive now. There's no reason we should be really focusing on death, you know. We are health itself. We are the embodiment of health. So why would we think about going anywhere near the opposite, you know, in our thoughts even? But animals, okay, now, whether it's animals in nature or animals as pets, now, I've got a little pet, as I say, I've had various pets in the past, but I've never had a dog or anything, but I've got a pet rabbit, and his name's Chucky, and he's great. Excuse me for yawning. Chucky is a great little rabbit, my pet rabbit down there. And he's a little creature of the world, you know, he's a little creature of the world, but he's really friendly, he's very simple, he's just a little pet, you know. But what I want to say is, I was actually moved just about to tears a moment ago. I had tears in my eyes a little bit, because I was really, really moved. You know, sometimes you see these videos, there's sad stories online when you see animals that have been in risk of being in danger, or when you see these people that go and save animals or try and protect animals. I'm not going to swear, I want to effing swear, because it's like, that's how strongly I feel about it. I want to say really well done to those people out there. My hat goes off to people that go out there and actually, as a human, you know, to rescue any life in danger, but human beings, of course, you know, other human beings in this day and age. God, you know, it's another thing. But it's like, but to go off their own back to actually help a poor, defenceless animal in danger. I mean, I saw a story about, it was another story where a dog had fallen into some big hole or some big gutter or somewhere. He couldn't get out, he was starving or whatever, and he or she, the dog, eats whatever, you know, they were rescued and taken care of, keep him up. You know, there's a lot of forest fires and stuff you hear about. There was some forest fire video on YouTube. There's a few of them you get. There's animals that get caught up in these forests, don't forget, who live in that habitat. Now, all kinds of animals, koala bears. Now, I don't even want to advise you to even watch the video. It's like, yeah, it deserves all the thumbs up and support it gets. There was a video that just brought me to tears almost, and a lot of people was... I mean, I did have tears in my eyes, really, but there were people on there that were saying that they were crying just watching it. This poor little defenceless, one of many, you know, defenceless koala bears was in a tree in Australia, and this woman saved him from the burning fires. You know, he was scorching, apparently. It was really burned badly in the tree. She had to carry him away. She carried him in some blankets or something, and then I guess it's this thing we do, like anyone with skin, if you get bad burns, you put water on it. I don't know, don't try anything here. I don't know, I've not had, like, I have burnt myself before, but I'm just saying though. Anyway, she was putting water, she had this water to put on the wounds, right? This poor little defenceless koala was making these noises. He was calling. He was like, he was barely like could move. He was standing. You could see he was in such pain. He was like, the woman was holding him, had to hold him there, and she was putting water to treat the poor little koala's burns. And he was like making these noises. And oh, it's good. Sorry, guys, but heart wrenching to see it. Like I had to stop the video immediately. I had to get out of there. I couldn't look at it. Because I felt this woman is a fucking hero, so I'm going to swear now, fucking hero. well done to that woman if you're watching, man. Any animals like that have been rescued, but any people that rescue animals like that. And oh god, it was really, really moving. It was to see, because I felt this poor little thing, and the way people were typing in the fucking comments. What these people in the comments again, people typing in the comments, I could see on there. Some people were typing things like, "Oh, his innocent little voice, this little animal, defenseless innocent animal's voice makes me want to cry." It's this same old mentality of human beings. You know, most human beings are brain dead fucks. No, I'm sorry, a lot of ignorant arseholes in society. They don't understand innocence. Some people, they say, "Oh, an innocent child or an innocent animal, an innocent nature." Yes. Why can't we be innocent and decent? A lot of people in society, a lot of people don't understand what innocence means. They think it means you're a bit of a simpleton in society. You can't be Mr. Goody, just do good and be kind, simple like a child, like mind, or oh, it's an innocent child, or it's an innocent animal, innocent. The nature is like some innocent, simple thing, and here you are living in a fucking, excuse my language, I'm ranting again and effing, fucking, you're in this society following all this complex BS nonsense, just made up, the jargon, people talk about people and behind their back and all this fake way they live, you know, money and whatever controls their mind. When really, hear what I'm saying if you will, we are all human. This is not for likes, man. I'm not asking for thumbs up, likes. Thank you if you do, but I'm not saying I'm making this for me. We've got a world here. We need to understand here and be aware of this beautiful life that we have. Value ourselves. Take care of your health, your safety, others. Value other people's lives. All life. And then animals, animals living in the world. I mean, I hate it when you hear stories of, you know, danger, things like that happening to animals, or even to even cruelty to fucking animals. If you know, I think people that are cruel to animals need to get in the fucking mouth, punched in the fucking. That's my honest. I'm not saying do it, but I'm saying if someone was to literally fucking fight, I would say that, yes, fight to protect all of life. I will say that if you see anyone trying to be cruel to animals or cruel to people, you are a hero to go and intervene and stop that, prevent that. You have to protect life. It's easy for me to say, easier. It's harder to do, I know, in some situations, but my God, I'm telling you what, I was really moved earlier when I saw that video with that woman who was protecting that little koala bear, pulled him out, quite a big one, so she carried him down, probably it might have been a baby, I don't know, but pulled him down from the tree. God, man, it's like that brings faith back in humanity. In some, that's not one of them type of things. You know, there are good people out there. There are some people that do know what's right and wrong underneath that, whatever the persona they're playing every day. But you got to know what's right. You got to know what's real, and you got to know it, regardless if it's in your power or not to even help someone or anything. But what I'm trying to say is, a human being, someone like that, the people that understand and that to protect nature and animals, those type of people, right? It can be dangerous to you. Remember, because some animals could, you know, even the guy said he was holding the camera, be careful because you might have claws and that, you know, certain animals can attack. But the thing I'm trying to say in defence, you know, but what I'm trying to say is protecting nature, protecting animals is the way to go. You've got to love your pets, you've got to take care of your pets, and you've got to take care of all the nature and the animals. The thing is, right, if someone has got that in them to actually go out of their way in nature, as well, in the wild, to take rescue an animal or do good things like that, put themselves in danger as well, don't forget. But for an animal, someone might turn around and say, oh, for what? For some animal in the wild, there's so many more. I think that's an ignorant way to think, because that someone who can go out of their way like that, someone who can brave the dangers, the fires, the floods, whatever it is, and go and try and rescue animals, individual animals that are alive, and that shows what kind of mind they've got. I don't call them a simpleton. We need to be protecting our own kind, human beings. So that shows someone who values life that much, you know, who would do that. Now, for starters, right, there's so much violence in the world anyway. Violence, fighting, killing, senseless. murders and gang-related shootings and all kinds of crazy stuff in the world, violence in prisons. You talk all that gang slang, what's up, yeah, what the fuck, blah, all these, tattoos or whatever kind of style it is. I don't care what style it is if you like it, but what kind of a positive life are you living? Living in fear, someone's going to get stabbed, shot, beaten. Yeah, man, it's all about representing how tough I am, man, yeah. You got to keep that up. As long as you're in the war, the soldier can't put his gun down in war. You stand in the middle of the road, you're going to have to constantly watch for cars. You know? My God, the more longer you stand in the rain, you're going to get more wet. When you're out in the desert, you get more scorched by the sun. And when you're in the sea, you'll be lost, you'll be more hungry, dying, starving of thirst and hunger. The further you go out into space, or the depths of the sea, you put yourself in the abyss of darkness. I made a video called The Abyss recently. Got no relation to the film or such, but I'm just saying. People literally need to come back to reality. You put yourself in a war situation or a fighting violent situation, or as long as you're standing in the fire, you're going to get burned. Kind of related to this topic as well. As long as you put your mind in, you know what I mean? As long as you're in that quicksand, you'll be sinking. But how much does it take to get this idea into the brain of a person? It's like I'm trying to tell people, who the fuck am I? I don't have loads of money. Like, I'm just some little idiot who sits here drawing on the computer, on my computer, I like drawing. Who the hell am I, right? But you've got to go through your life living this fake way in society, complaining about your money. You got survival, and then you got people talking about survival, but they don't know what it really means when you're really facing life and death. But look, all I'm saying is we've got to respect and value an actual true life underneath it. It's an actual true life, nature. And you know what? Animals, you've got to protect animals. You've got to value animals. Now let's go back to one. I'm against hunting too. I'll say, okay. So if you like hunting, sorry, but I'm against hunting, right? Sorry, what the fuck? But I've got to say it. I understand it for survival and stuff, but I'm just going to say this now, okay? Look, some people like my videos with Chucky, my rabbit, Chucky TV. I'll be doing more of those when I can. As I say, someone actually said on one of the comments on YouTube, someone actually said as well about, there should be some fashion. Was it Chucky TV fashion shows and dressing my little rabbit up? I won't be doing that, okay? I don't follow people like that, okay? I don't want to call them all fools, but to me that is childish, silly nonsense. When I see people dressing their pets up and dyeing their fur a certain colour and dressing them up a certain way, it's not a toy, right? So I want to say, pets are not toys, they're living creatures. Now I look at my pet rabbit and I think, he's in a cage, we always let him out, we treat him very, very well, pampered compared to what he'd be in the wild, but I'm just saying, we let him out, he has a play and then it gets some exercise in the house. We don't always leave him in the cage, but he's got to have his safety, and that is like his little rabbit den at the end of the day. It's like his home. And I don't want to talk about my rabbit, okay, so I'm just trying to say it in this video, but I'm just saying, Chucky, my pet rabbit, well, I look at him and I think, about that, and I think, well, no, he was bred as a pet. Not because we say so. Human beings say an animal's a pet, so it's a pet. No, what I'm saying is pets that were actually bred, animals that were bred, and sold in pet shops or whatever, or bred, they are conditioned. They're not like, he wouldn't survive in the wild. So if he was let out in the forest, let wild, he wouldn't survive at all. A few days probably, not because we conditioned him to be weak and all the rest of it. It's because he was literally born from another rabbit. Pets are born from certain other pets that were, that breed that was, in pet shops. So when you've got an animal, so what I'm trying to say is those animals are already not the same as wild animals as such, and because they're already in that condition, in that situation, they are a form of life, and I think, you might have called me stupid and foolish, but what I'm saying is, okay, in my opinion, how I see it is, if you have a pet, you should take care of it, you should take good care of it. It's more of a duty to understand that you are its sole survival. You have to do everything for it. I've known people that have had dogs and cats, but I've never had a dog or cat myself, but I'm just saying that you've got to value and love and protect all animals and understand that, because they do need some care, because at the end of the day they've only got you. Because they wouldn't make it. It's like a child, they wouldn't make it on the outside. I say like a child, a human being like a child, but the thing is, like, it's the same with fucking adults sometimes. Some adults, some young adults, and all the way up through the ages, even some old adults, as I say, they wouldn't get by in life without the support of others. We need to support life, and we need to. A gardener needs care from the gardener sometimes, right? You see that? So, am I right? Oh yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, it does. It needs rainwater. We'll say that. People water flowers. Okay, the gardener. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say, though, right? But what I'm trying to say is, the thing is like this. Okay, we should value all of life, because we need support sometimes. Some of us, including myself, wouldn't really be able to get on so well if we didn't have support from people around us. You might be able to do certain work and certain jobs and certain things, and if you're able to support yourself in the circumstances and the people and the situations that you've ended up in throughout your life, situations you can get by in society a certain way, but if you're able to, but if not, a lot of the time, most of the time, people are dependent on other people. They are supportive of each other, and that's how they get by. When I say get by and survive, I'm literally talking life and death. I'm not talking about, oh, it's getting a bit expensive now, we're not saving much money each month, oh, you've got to pay your taxes. No. I'm talking about literally facing death if you don't fucking have that roof and food on your belly. You're absolutely messed up. Excuse my language. I know I swear a lot, sorry, but I'm just saying, right? I've just turned 37. Act like it then, Rich. I'm just saying, right, but in life in general, we need to understand and value our lives and how we're living. We've only got one life to live. We all grow older. We should take care of our health. All kinds of things can happen, you don't know what can happen in life as well. And then stop treating each other so mean. But when I see a video, when there's stories out there of people that are going out of their way to help defenceless little animals like that and stuff in the wild as well, they're not only brave, they're absolute heroes. And they are heroes to the animals and the people that they save, but they should also be heroes not just in the powerful events that they create. It's the whole meaning, the message that they're not necessarily doing to put out to get more likes and subscribers. They're doing it off their own back. Because you remember some of these people that advertise themselves and they'll do anything to get more fame on YouTube or whatever the hell it is, or Facebook. People like that, they haven't really got it in them to know what true war is like. They haven't got it in them to really put themselves in a dangerous situation or something, like to risk it. I'll do anything but not that. I'll do. They'll fake it. They'll put special effects and a load of stuff and squander their millions so they can earn a few more. Whatever it is, pay a bit of money. They'll film up. You know what I mean? They'll film up videos of themselves giving money to the homeless, which is great, right? Giving to the poor and the homeless, which is good stuff. Yeah, they're sending a good message. But some of these people are loaded with money and they're making loads of money in different ways, and off YouTube too. They know that they're going to get it all back anyway from whatever they've paid, and it's nothing to them. These people wouldn't actually be able to stand some of these people wouldn't be able to stand in certain situations, if they were really having hardship. They wouldn't be able to do that if they were necessarily in real hardship, or even half what they're in now. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's about being absolutely real. You, first and foremost, are a real human being behind this persona you're putting online, all social media and that. The more real you are, the more as you call it, innocent, as they call it, simple, right? Innocent. Oh, the children are so innocent, they don't know the ways of the world. Oh, it's an animal, it doesn't understand, but I'm living in my complex robotic society and you still take drugs every day. That's not reality. You're more simple to be like that. Right? Nature is the depth of the fucking foundation that we're built on. And as an adult, you should be more mentally developed as well. Mentally developed, you know, and physically, you know. We get older, but I'm saying from a child, as I've said before, being an adult compared to a child, your imagination should be greater based on the experiences you've learned in your life, the information, the knowledge you've got. Your mind should be faster, more powerful, like a more powerful computer. You know, the body's stronger than a child's is. So you're here, right in your, you know, yeah, let's do it. You know, fucking hell. Not be a robot and say, oh, I'm going to follow the brainwashed society, and all the kids are so simple, aren't they, in the way they are? Oh, he's so simple, so innocent. Oh, he doesn't know the ways of the world and what reality is. You don't even know what reality is. That child knows more about reality than your dark, twisted, confused mind's ever going to be thinking. And the same for the animals that are free in nature. With their animal minds, yeah, of course, simple. But I'm saying still, I'd rather be free than be a robot. I'm telling you now. So I'm babbling on, but how about we do something rather than just talk to a camera like this all the damn time? I'll make these videos, I like to, and I will continue. But I'm just saying, do something in your real life. People going to work every day talking about your money, talking about the problems in society. We are the problems of society, which is another way of saying civilization. The human civilization, a very advanced species of animals where we've got such capacity in our mind we can create machinery and cities, and we're just not using it to the full. What's the full? No, we're not using it to a certain level. And you say, oh, what's a certain level? No, I'm saying we're not free enough to use it. Our mind's full of crap. You need to put all that ego and that persona, that jargon to the side. That war, that... Can you imagine animals in the forest like that bear or koala and these things out there? Can you imagine them dressing the way you do? Some fancy shirt, some tight fucking leather jacket. Hey man, I'm gonna smoke some weed tonight. I'm making you laugh, yeah? This is the thing, you stop the video and you go back to that stupid fucking life again. So I've got to say it right. Stupid fucking life gets on my nerves. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying it really irritates me. These fucking my fucking nuts and twist them. I wouldn't do it. But I'm just saying, Alex Jones. But I'm just saying, look, really walking around. Oh, hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Oh, hi, guys. Talking to some fucking guy on there talking. Yeah, man, do you know what it means? When I was a kid, today I'm 19, I'm 20 years of age, and when I was a kid, when I was growing up, you're not even grown up yet, man. How about that? You're never grown up yet. You grow up when you realise what nature is. As soon as you disconnect from nature, your mind starts to deteriorate, or starts to undevelop. It starts to literally undevelop to a point where you just fucking... not of this earth. I made a video recently about the living dead, the walking dead. This is not just a rant video, a comedy video, of me listening to myself babbling video, because I want to have a rant. I've just woken up and I'm full of shit. This is literally the state of our society. All of these things are connected to the point. You're either in touch with reality and nature, or you're distracted. Are you distracted? All those things that people tell you, you can't be like that, you're too nice, you're too quiet, you are. If you're too this and that, it's not going to get you anywhere in society. You're bullied in school. When you're older, you've got to be like, I was bullied when I was younger, you weren't when I was a kid. But you're going to say that, you get bullied your whole life, you need to be tough, stand up to people, brave, be braver, stand on your own 2 feet. All this stuff is all words in the air, don't fucking mean anything. Because yeah, of course, if someone's standing in front of you and you're strong enough and you punch them in the mouth, you're going to knock them out. Of course, there are things you can do with your body. You can build yourself a house. There's things that you can physically do, mentally and physically, with confidence, determination and physical power, mind and body. You can do things. You can even go into nature and survive and hunt. I'm not saying hunt, but I'm just saying, right? You know what I'm saying? You can do things to actually get by, to survive. But what I'm trying to fucking say is, in this society where it's all, you've got these controls on you and all sorts of things, it can be hard because we've got to like work within the system, this unnatural system we've got, but it's a way of sustaining life. Now if we're here really trying to sustain life in a human civilization, why would you take away logic and understanding and reasoning based on reality and nature? I can only eat this much food in a day. This fancy, the way I dress and dye my hair some funky colour. Hey guys, putting that persona on, what kind of slang they're using today, how they're speaking, where the fuck, and just to get attention. Why is, you got to understand that is not useful. Being a slave to others, you become this brain dead version of a human that you could be a human. That's fucked up. So, this put that aside. You can go back to fucking smoking because you think it's cool, taking drugs, drinking all the time, whatever it is. I'm not saying you've got an addiction like some people, but you can put that persona on every day, hanging out at the latest coffee bar, because everybody does it. Oh, you go into the Popo Club tonight? The Popo Club. You go into the lap dancing strip joint tonight? Oh, I gotta get me some of that. It's like, why are you doing that? You know, it's like, are you gonna go with these women? You know, it's like, are you gonna actually make something of it? And then someone else is some man or some woman who's sleeping around with all kinds of people. Look, I'm not saying everybody has to get married, but are you going to understand that there's a sensible life? You need to be sustained in your mind and body survival, in peace and logic in yourself. And if you're with people for the rest of your life, someone you love or someone that can take care of you and your wife or you and your husband, and if you have kids, you have kids if you do. But I'm just saying a family sort of thing where it's like sustained and you've got a life. You don't keep talking about affairs and you're neither here, neither there. You're just blowing around in the wind. So we're talking about anything. Relationships. I don't. What's that mean even? Relationships. You know, dates. What's that mean? Do you date a lot? Oh, fucking. What are you looking for? It's like, do you change jobs a lot? You know. What are you talking about? When you have a kid, you have a child. That's for life. Why would you chuck them out on the streets when they reach a certain age? I don't care if I'm 85 years old and my child's 65 years old. They're always going to be welcome home. I mean, I'm never going to chuck them out and say, you're of age now. You know what I'm saying? Family, people around you, respect everything. Like, value it and its survival and itself, and value yourself. Don't be, everything's just a chuck around. You're just a chuck around, a sleep around. You're like a prostitute of society, as I say. A slave beaten prostitute, and absolute, you are the victim of all that is irrationally against survival of life. What is that trend, that fashion, that thing you buy, that thing you spend hours thinking about, and money, and it's nothing, it's fuck all, it's nothing. Really crap. We need to protect life. And the people out there that go and protect animals and rescue animals that are in danger too, you know, I really respect those people. This video is a rant, but you know what? In terms of what's going on out there, it never is a rant. There's people getting their heads blown off right fucking now. There's people getting their head blown off. I say, ooh, brush my fucking yellow teeth. Right, there's people out there, what the fucking there are people, as I say, there are people getting their heads blown off. There are people killing themselves. There are animals in danger. There are children in danger. There's old people who are not being cared for. There's people in general are not being cared for. There's you yourself not being cared for sometimes. Maybe the individual, I'm not saying you, I'm saying the individual. A loving relationship for a few months or a few weeks, then they go with someone else. A loving relationship. One of them looks at his phone all the fucking time playing computer games, and the other one does whatever they want, and they never even fucking communicate. Where is humanity heading? Life, the family, the self, the individual, for a life with an actual home. Be on the run, moving around the fucking world and travelling around taking selfie pictures. One day you're going to be in the grave, a skeleton, aren't you? Talking about how 50-something years ago you used to use Facebook, and it was all the big thing back in the day. All the people that was alive years and years ago who are just not around now. Do you see? A life is here and now, and every life needs to be valued. But you just bought another fancy car. It's okay, but we just went on a fancy holiday. Yeah, but it's okay, but I spent a lot of money, What are you talking about, spent a lot of money? If only you could get the years back. Do you remember 10 years ago or 20 years ago? Can't get it back, it's gone now. Hey. But you didn't tell somebody else that how to live. We're going to tell somebody else that, they're wrong for using their free time however they do. And all you live is this exhausted, robotic, working robot in society where you've got no imagination as well for creation or possibility. You're just negative, talking about people, putting them down, talking about this one and how that person was wrong, and do you know what so-and-so said, and I'll give this one advice, and blah, blah, blah. And envious of people, and the grass is always greener on the other side. Like I've said, I always hope the grass is always greener on the other side for you. If people are in a better state of mind than me, and if everybody's more positive than me, great, because then I get inspiration from all of that goodness around me that I see. The same way as I see from negativity too, I get inspired by that. But some people don't. You get influenced. I think it's better to be inspired than influenced. Same thing, ain't it, Rich? It's not the same thing, no. Influence means it's rubbed off on you as such. You've become negative. You should become positive. You should be inspired to be positive and a lot more alive than you fucking can ever be from everything you experience, the good and the bad, positive and the negative. That's what I think. I'm going to stop this video here and say thank you for watching. So, protect nature and protect all life.